Dave and I, and especially Dave, is talking about your silky left foot out of the back all the time. That goal was a rocket. And how'd that feel? And also just comment a little bit for our listeners on the click of the heel. I thought that was brilliant.
Thank you. I was more relieved than anything because it's been a while. It was my first goal in MLS, so like close to 3 seasons now. So I was just relieved because I was saying literally last week, none ever like just fall to me easily. So luckily enough, this one kind of did. And before I hit it, I was thinking, oh, should I place it? I just thought, no, I'm just gonna hit it. I'm just gonna smash it. So luckily enough, it came off. So yeah, I was happy about it. But to be honest with you, I was more happy just about the clean sheet. Keeping a clean sheet against Cincinnati, the top of the table. I was more buzzing about that. The celebration, I think it was the last goal I scored. I did the same thing. Blackburn, it was just click of the heels. It was the first thing that came to my head. Yeah, so that's what that was about.
That's great. And then back to back number 10s. You got Jaime Mukhtar coming up. You guys, I know the communication has to be incredibly precise. Can you kind of walk us through, the listeners through how who's on the calls there? Everyone's kind of looking out for each other, or how's that work?
Yeah, another good player. It's the main thing is about organisation to try to stop these players from getting a lot of space. I thought we did well against Cincinnati, keeping Acosta. We didn't give him much time on the ball. It was great work from Durkin, O'Brien, the back three, and then just the coach's orders, what they want to do. And it's going to be similar this week, hopefully. We know how dangerous he is, Mukhtar. The other thing with Mukhtar, he also likes to run in behind as well, so we need to watch, be careful of that. So it's just when everyone speaks on the pitch, it makes everything so much easier. So that's the main thing going into this game, is just constantly talking to each other, man on, left shoulder, just letting each other know where the other player is and where we are. And I think it helps massively, and it helped massively against Cincinnati, and it showed with the clean sheet. So hopefully we can do the same.
Thanks for your time, Derrick.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Dave.
Hey, Derrick, I saw an interview. You said you did the heel click because maybe too old to do the slide or something. But we hope you keep clicking your heels. Along those lines, I saw Wayne made a comment about if we keep our focus, can beat any team in the league. As a veteran, how does this team keep its focus? Because you've done so well, but you've probably left points on the table because there have been some lapses. What's your thoughts on keeping focus?
100%. It's just focus. It's just concentration. It's as I said before, it's just communication. It's just constantly talking to each other. I've noticed when we didn't do well, you could look around and we're quiet as a team, and that's never good. It's always better to have people shouting, constantly keeping you aware. And when we do that, we are at our best. And what the gaffer says is right. It's 100%. It's just like we have to keep it 90 minutes. We can't just do it for 85 minutes and then have like a 6-minute spell like we did against Montreal and they scored 2 goals. So we have to constantly do it, constantly talking, and it's the experienced lads need to be the voice of it. But I also constantly tell people like Durkin, you need to keep talking, especially being in the middle of the pitch. If you talk, it makes it easier for everyone. So yeah, it's a whole team thing.
And as Bruce was talking about, we love when you play balls out of the back with that silky left foot of yours.
Thank you.
Can you just talk about how that became such a part of the game? Because it changes the dynamic and really triggers an attack, and just how it feels with this specific team that if you switch the point of attack or play a ball, there's probably a good option.
Yeah, it's always been something that I try to pride myself on in my game. I try to do those long passes just to mix it up, because I feel like if you're a centre back that just does 5-10 yard passes left or right, you become predictable, and you become predictable as a team. You know where the centre back's going to play it, so you can step to your left and get ready for that. But when you mix it up, you throw a couple in behind. You wrap some into the striker's feet. You just keep them on their toes. And I feel like with the players we have going forward, if we can just break that first line past our strikers and get the midfielders on the ball, Clicky, Lewis O'Brien, Durkin, Ross, you get them on the ball, then things start to happen. And the main thing is it's just like being patient. I feel like sometimes I like to keep the ball at my feet sometimes just to try and make the other person impatient. So he I try to make him think, oh, why is he taking so long? So then he gets irritated and then he might jump. And that's what I want him to do. I want him to come 2 or 3 yards so that it makes more space for the midfielder in behind. Just small things like that. And lucky enough, the manager, the coaching staff, that's how they want to play. So it suits my game. So yeah, it's something that it takes time working on it as a team. And yeah, it's been doing okay.
Doing more than okay.
Thanks.
That's it, Derek. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you.
Thanks. Thank you.